Welcome back to Liver Live. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Liverpool Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Liverpool ask Man City about KALVIN Phillips' availability and get tempting transfer response. Liverpool have made inquiries to Manchester City over KALVIN Phillips and have discovered that their Premier League rivals are open to him leaving this summer. Team Talk understands, Phillips has struggled to make an impact at Man City since joining from Leeds United last summer. Even with the summer departure of İlkay Gündoğan on a free transfer to Barcelona, he is no nearer to breaking into the first team. After all, Man City have replaced Gündoğan by signing Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea. Besides, Phillips is more accustomed to playing in a defensive midfield role, where Rodri remains a major obstacle to his chances of getting game time. Man City gave Phillips a contract until 2028 when they bought him from Leeds. However, his future could be up for question after just 2 Premier League starts in his debut season with his new club. Liverpool have been rebuilding their midfield this summer after the exits of various players, including Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and James Milner. They have reinvested in Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai, as well as Wataru Endo, who as things stand is their most natural option in the holding role that Fabinho has vacated. Endo is already 30 years old, so is only an addition for the medium term. Phillips, in contrast, could still have some prime years ahead of him at the age of 27. It might be important for him to play more regularly ahead of Euro 2024, with a view to keeping his place in the England squad. In theory, game time might be easier for him to achieve at Liverpool than his current club. Whether Liverpool follow up their inquiry with an offer to Man City, though, only time will tell. Alexis Mac Allister, Liverpool to appeal against red card against Bournemouth. Liverpool will appeal against Alexis Mac Allister's red card in the 3-1 Premier League win over Bournemouth. The Argentina midfielder, 24, faces a 3-game suspension after he clipped Ryan Christie's foot in the 58th minute at Anfield on Saturday. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said it was harsh and that his side have been punished enough by the dismissal. Match of the Day host Gary Lineker described the decision as a nonsense. On social media, Liverpool were awarded a controversial first-half penalty when Joe Rothwell was adjudged to have fouled Dominic Szoboszlai. Both decisions were awarded by referee Thomas Brummel without interference from the video assistant referee, VAR. Howard Webb, Chief Refereeing Officer for Professional Game Match Officials Limited, PGMOL, said last week that officials want to be the least interfering they can be. On the Premier League's opening weekend, Webb contacted Wolves to apologise after they were denied a late penalty against Manchester United when Andre Onana jumped into Sosa Kaladzic. The 3 officials at the centre of the decision, referee Simon Hooper, VAR Michael Salisbury and assistant VAR Richard West, were overlooked for the following round of fixtures. Liverpool in advanced talks for wonderkid midfielder on bargain deal. The Reds are still lacking in numbers in the centre of the park, but picked up their first win of the season at the weekend at home to Bournemouth, with new signing Wataru Endo coming off the bench. Manager Jurgen Klopp would like another signing or 2 in midfield though, with Cody Gakpo playing in there of late. With just under 2 weeks to go before the window closes, Liverpool could yet be set for a flurry of activity and have reportedly stepped up attempts to land one particular young star. The Daily Mail says that the Merseysiders are in talks to bring Ryan Gravenberch to Anfield this summer, having held interest in him for a year now, with assistant Pep Lijnders perhaps influential in the deal. Lijnders has played a bigger role in recruitment since the exit of sporting director Michael Edwards, according to The Telegraph, with the Dutchman said to be key in the decision to move for Gakpo. Gravenberch is another Dutch star who could increase the presence of Netherlands internationals at Melwood. Since joining Bayern Munich last summer, the 21-year-old has struggled to make an impact on the first team, but could find that a move to Klopp's 4-3-3 would help him to rekindle his touch. The young star is a perfect fit for the system and is able to affect play in all phases. Having joined for just £16 million last summer, Gravenberch could well be sold on a deal that suits the Reds compared to some of the more expensive targets they've had in the crosshairs. Liverpool could even broker a loan move with an agreed fee at the end, either compulsory or optional. Bayern boss Thomas Tuchel is said to be a fan of the young midfielder, but with plenty of competition at the Allianz Arena has started just 3 games since making his move from Ajax. Gravenberch is valued by Transfermarkt to be worth €30 million. Dominic Solanke could be about to make Liverpool millions after West Ham £35 to £40 million bid. Liverpool would receive a welcome financial bonus from any potential sale of Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth, with West Ham United linked with serious interest. The 25-year-old has fulfilled his potential as a top-flight striker since leaving the Reds after only one season. In the Championship with the Cherries he scored 44 goals in 86 appearances, and last season notched 13 goal contributions on the way to helping his team achieve Premier League survival. He has already started off Bournemouth's season in perfect form with a goal against the Hammers and an assist against his former team at Anfield on Saturday. And in a coincidental piece of business, the destinies of the three clubs can remain intertwined heading into the final days of the summer transfer market. Football Insider report that David Moyes' side have tabled an offer in the region of £35 to £40 million for Solanke. They say there is yet to be a response to the offer, and waiting in the wings is another top-flight club, also in the market for a centre-forward. On the surface this would seem to be just another deal between two English clubs. However, in this instance Liverpool's transfer kitty could be in for a small bonus from the 20% sell-on clause negotiated as part of the striker's exit from Anfield 5 years ago. It is just one of a number of Michael Edwards' masterclasses from his time as the club's sporting director, and is the second sell-on clause mentioned in as many days as Marko Grujic is rumoured to make an exit from FC Porto. However, Solanke's switch would see the Reds bank more than they would for Porto's sale of the Serbian, marking what would be the final payment in a hugely successful piece of business. In total, Liverpool have banked £24 million after all add-on clauses were activated within 2 seasons of his time at the Vitality Stadium, but they would earn 20% on top of anything on top of the £19 million upfront fee that they received for Solanke, who was at the time a 20-year-old that had only made 27 appearances for the first team and had arrived on a free transfer from Chelsea a year prior. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.